I got paid to say that.
Oh, see, bruh? Son, come on,
I kept it
man.
real. I got paid. But I know the real truth, right? No, when I got paid,
Hey, who paid you?
50 cents.
I can't believe a stand-up dude during his time would suddenly say, I don't want to be here no more. I'm gonna become a rat bastard.
Things just hit the fan in the BMF world, and it's looking like 50 Cent might have seriously played himself. Lil Meech is now firing back at 50 after he tried to throw dirt on Big Meech's name, calling him a snitch. But now, people are saying 50 twisted the whole story.
I was still trying to find myself. My dad was calling me from jail every day. He was like, man, what you gonna do? I'm like, shit, I don't know. I always knew I wanted to be my own person. It's just hard, you know, to live up to my dad's name. And he called me one day, he's like, man, they looking at Terrence Howard and Nipsey Hussle, and I don't know if you're gonna be able to play me, but you gotta go to acting class so you can get ready. So I met 50. 50 put me in acting classes for 2 years in LA. Invested in me, paid for the acting classes. I had to go every day, two times a day, 5 days a week. In the morning, in the afternoon, come back home, study again, do the same thing the next day.
Wow, a ball player.
Yeah, but I put in the work though, and it showed me that 50 couldn't get me the job. I had to get myself the job. My dad couldn't get me the job. They would have hired somebody else that already had acting experience. I had no experience, so I was coming from.
Not too long ago, 50 went on a full-blown online rant, blasting Big Meech with shady memes and claiming he had exclusive paperwork that proved Meech cooperated with the feds. But here's where it gets wild. That paperwork ain't exclusive at all. It's been public for years. And guess what? 50 Cent already knew all about it back when he launched the BMF series, hired Lil Meech as the star, and even covered his acting classes. So now everybody's asking, if 50 truly thought Big Meech was a snitch, why would he drop a whole show glamorizing the guy and then play mentor to his son like he was family?
You mentioned Meech. Have you spoke to Meech at all?
I had a text message conversation back and forth with him because he's in the halfway house. So.
What do you think his next move should be?
Well, he got a lot of things he can do, man. He might want to make a movie. He might want to do some different things where, you know, because I understand how important real is to our culture, right? But when you develop in television, it's to find the best possible story you can find and then make up some things. You got to make up things because your life would intersect with Charlamagne's life, so I immediately get the lawsuit when we get over there. This would, you understand what I'm saying? So I got to change things around a little bit, and then when it feels like completely real, and this is why it was important for me to get Lil Meech ready, so he can go there, because when you watch it and it's good, and then you go, you know that's his son, right? Like, and as a fun fact to the person that's watching with you, you feel like this, it's got to be true because
it's giving fake love, and folks are not buying it. Now it's blowing up all over the place. People are crawling out from everywhere claiming that 50 actually paid them to help push this snitch narrative against Big Meech. The streets are talking, and the drama just keeps getting deeper. If all this turns out to be true, then 50's whole anti-Meech campaign was never about the truth. It was just pure ego. Word is, 50 flipped out because Big Meech linked up with Rick Ross, and instead of admitting he felt betrayed, he launched this whole fake crusade like he was dropping new receipts. But the reality? He was just pressed that Meech didn't stay loyal to him. But here's the wild part. 50 still won't drop it. He just posted again on Instagram coming for Big Meech, claiming Meech told his old associate Tammy Cowins to snitch on his behalf. Like, really?
I didn't know that they say I was the only person that 50 Cent up. I ain't know that. I'm gonna be honest. Tony Yayo told 50 Cent himself, y'all could Google it. Tony Yayo said, I wouldn't do that if I was, cause Tony Yayo know them ain't got no money. Come on, man, look at Tony Yayo and Auntie Murder. Them need facials. Oh, whose skin ain't even right, boy. But look, 50. Boy, I see you struggling making that G-Unit film studio out there in Louisiana where that cheapest land at. You thought you was gonna be able to do it. You thought you was gonna be able to get them loans, and it ain't. What's wrong? What's taking so long? I know you wanna make your mama one of them walking stars thing. Put down there. How your mama live. Make her own walking star. Let me get one of them Bel Air bottles to hold up on these niggas. Man, you heard what I just said? The skin bad, man. You see that Auntie Murder? Ain't never killed nothing. But that need a facial so bad. When I be seeing them blackheads on them skin, damn going bad. And 50, stop. You left your last because of something they said had to do with me. Don't leave Tony Yayo that. Come on, don't leave Louisiana. Don't quit like that because you showed the picture of how you wanted it to look. We call it renderings. You had the renderings, then you try to go get them loans and ain't nobody loan you that money. You ain't even built the GU in the studio yet. That might be why when I stood next to Meech, your knees buckled. Your knees buckled. Put your back against the wall. You're hustling. 50, who own your masters? Who own your masters? I buy your masters. You better shut up. I will buy your masters.
And again, Fitty already knew about this when he first brought Lil Meech into the spotlight with BMF. So why is it suddenly a scandal now? Now Lil Meech is clapping back hard. He's calling out Fitty for completely disrespecting his father and tanking the entire BMF series. And it's not just personal. He says actors and crew lost their jobs behind this drama and somebody needs to be held accountable. Lil Meech is hinting that 50's got a serious reckoning coming his way. But what's the next move? What's he got planned to get even? And is Fitty actually ready for what's coming? Did 50 Cent just expose himself as a straight up hypocrite? Or is there something even deeper going on? He's still out here pushing that same tired snitching narrative about Big Meech, and things just took another ugly turn. Right when folks thought Fitty was finally gonna let it go, he jumped back on Instagram and doubled down, dragging Big Meech again, claiming he worked with the feds through his former associate, Tammy Cowins. But that's not even the worst part. Fitty went extra petty by posting BMF throwback pics and blacking out Lil Meech's face. Yeah, he really cropped out his own lead actor like that.
And then on Meech end, I look at that was bad management too, because we just was over there. We just took a picture with you at your house. But I felt like when we left there, it was a money thing because what Lil Meech said about the Ferrari and Little Baby having 4 pockets full of money and didn't give his pops nothing. You know what I'm saying? Me, I would have never, I wouldn't even have mentioned no like that in front of real anyway. That's just me. But Meech is a little kid and it's understandable. He's young, make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? When you look at Fifth, we just came off 103 dates. All Meech had to do was ask 50 to do the show anywhere. He gonna sell it out. For me, if I was management, I would say, yo, Meech, why you going with Ross? Ross do shows, but not like that. Go with 50. He just did 103 dates. They book him in Dubai, Abu Dhabi. Go with 50, and 50 will help you with the concert. And then all of this online wouldn't be happening. But 50's crazy. And once he feel disrespected, and it even goes with me. If that nigga feel disrespected with me, and listen, it's not riding, it's just how this nigga Boo Boo been his whole life. He used to come to the block and start trouble on 134. When we was on 134, rest in peace, Kev Brock, and Kendu and Mutt and all them was up there, I done heard say, uh-oh, this coming, and uh-oh, this got his Halloween mask on. This ain't nothing for me, it ain't nothing new. But if you with a if I help you out, help your son out while you in jail, then you with a I don't with, that look crazy.
That move basically confirms what people were already whispering. Lil Meech is officially out of the BMF series. No more father-son storyline, no more acting gigs. 50 just cut him loose like it was nothing. In the caption, 50 didn't hold back either. He wrote, "Big screech. You keep forgetting that you told Tammy Cowins to tell to get your time cut, sucker."
Do you think Big Meech like told on somebody to get out, snitched, did anything extra?
No. Let me tell you why. Big Meech's paperwork is public records. There is no proof that Big Meech said, hey, bust him. Now, the situation with the lady Tammy, the female that he cool with or whatever, mess with whatever, I was having an argument with somebody about this last night. Now, if we go by prison rules and standards, Big Meech didn't sit down with the agents and say, hey, My bro gonna go ahead and settle boy up for me, so make sure y'all give me the credit. So we couldn't make a move on him because his name not in the paperwork for saying authorizing this. Now, what she did, what would happen, the killers, the homies would be like, well, listen, bro, she your people, she did that with your name on it, so you gotta have her hit. You gotta either have her killed or you gotta bring a move to her because she implicated your name or the people got your name, your BMF, whatever, in this situation. You gotta handle this. So I was telling him, I said, bro, this is one of them situations where he had a ride or die. She jumped on it like, I'm gonna get him out here by any means. And you know, I say now, we can't just up and say this. You know, people be like, common sense, well man, did they have that talk? I don't know. So I don't think, you know, I got my own situation, so I don't really think that far into nobody else's situation anyway, but I do my content. Yeah. But if, you see, you know, it's selective politics and it's selective who they gonna call a rat or who they not gonna call a rat in this industry. So we've been saying that since I've been home. But at the end of the day, Big Meech name out of that stuff, his company name in it.
That message hit just days after Lil Meech posted a pic with Big Meech standing tall and showing full support for his dad, no matter what drama comes their way. This ain't just beef anymore. It's getting personal, real fast. Meech dropped a powerful message that had everyone talking. In his original caption, he wrote, "Before I asked God for anything, I made sure I asked him to bring my father home to my family. My prayers were answered. I love you, Dad. Death before dishonor." But later on, he edited it down to just death before dishonor, clearly making a statement. He's not buying any of those snitching claims about his pops. Now let's rewind to that wild claim Fitty made. The one where he said Big Meech told Tammy Cowins to tell in order to get his sentence reduced. But if Fitty is really so against so-called snitches,
50 Cent, let these people know you really admire me. You love my style, the way I dress, the money I get. And let them know that if you really could, you would put all this shit to the side to do business with me and work with me. It's the truth. I know it is. Because when you see me stand next to Big Meech, your knees buckle. Oh, my ops, friends is my ops. I'm my ops, all that fake talk. But when you see my brother DJ Khaled, you hug that boy and drooled on his Amiri. You drooled. When you see little bro Flow Rider, you pick that boy up by the waist and lift him up. Woo! And that's your way of saying, Rose, let's put it to the side. I'm really a good guy. And I get it, but it ain't time for that yet. Because when I see your I don't hug them, I don't speak to them. They po hustlers who in need of facials. Back to the money. Look, I can't really show you all this at the request of Architectural Digest, but it's a difference between renderings and when it's really going down.
Why did he team up with Tammy in the first place? Let's be real. Tammy Cowins is a producer on BMF, working directly under Fitty's own G-Unit Films and Television. So how does that make sense? If Fitty truly believed she was part of any shady dealings, why keep her so close during the whole creation of the show? And that is exactly why fans are calling him out. Even if we entertain the possibility that Big Meech passed info through Tammy, why is it suddenly an issue now? Let's not forget, Fitty built BMF off of Big Meech's legacy, gave his son the lead role, and was singing Meech's praises when he got out of prison just last October. It's giving fake outrage, and people are finally waking up.
So, the show was successful, 3 seasons in. Lil Meech was making money, but he was spending it hand over fist. Like you said, there was a Richard Mille watch, which he got, you know, almost arrested over.
You see it yourself.
There
it was
all
shit.
all the clothes.
Yeah, it's.
I'm seeing Go Yard luggage.
Yeah,
like, this is shit that I afforded later on in life.
Come on, man. Oh, and then you in Atlanta at that when indulging spending money. Like you see a motherfucker with 100,000 poking out his pocket, doing 40, 50,000 in the club. That's what you around. You gonna spend money. Chrome heart jeans. You got 10 pair of those, do the math. What's that, 100,000? Shout to Chrome heart, you know what I'm saying? But you know me, I get some Chrome hearts, I'm gonna wear them for at least 2 weeks. Y'all can say whatever y'all want to say. But I felt like when we left there, it was a money thing because what Lil Meech said about the Ferrari and Little Baby having 4 pockets full of money and didn't give his pops nothing. You know what I'm saying? Me, I would have never, if I wouldn't even have mentioned no shit like that in front of real anyway. That's just me.
Another creator recently spoke up about this whole mess on his channel, and he made a strong point. 50 Cent used to publicly glorify Big Meech, a known former kingpin, but now all of a sudden, the big issue is that Meech might have snitched on other dealers. The flip-flop is real, and it's not just fans noticing. Terrence Gangsta Williams, who actually did time with Big Meech in the same prison, came forward and called out 50 Cent, along with other industry folks, for picking and choosing who they label as a snitch. He basically said people in the game are being straight up selective with who they drag. It's wild. As long as 50 and Meech were cool, Meech wasn't a rat in 50's book. But the moment Meech snapped a photo with 50's longtime rival Rick Ross, suddenly, he's a snitch? That energy switch is suspicious. Now, to be fair, even Tony Yayo called it out in a recent if Big Meech was really struggling or needed some fast money after getting out. All he had to do was hit up 50 Cent for a welcome home concert or something. That could have been an easy bag. No need to link up with Rick Ross of all people. So now it's becoming clearer. This whole mess isn't about street code or snitching like 50's trying to make it seem. It's about personal beef. He's using this snitch talk as a cover. But the truth is, 50 had no problem with that same info for years. He sat on it, ignored it, and even built an entire series around the man. It only became a problem when it was convenient. When Meech popped up with Ross, 50's biggest rival. Suddenly, 50's waving the street code flag like he's Captain Morals. Come on now. All 50 had to say was he felt betrayed. That would have been real, especially since he did put a spotlight on Lil Meech when nobody else was checking for him. He gave that kid a chance most people dream of. So yeah, if he felt some type of way when Meech turned around and linked up with his enemy, that would have made sense. But turning it into a fake snitch scandal, that's where things went left. Interview. He said Meech linking up with Ross did feel shady, especially after everything 50 did to put Lil Meech on. But still, does one photo really justify trying to destroy a man's name? It's looking more personal than principled. Lil Meech straight up admitted that when he first linked up with 50 Cent, he was lost. No real plan, no direction, just trying to figure things out. But 50 saw something in him, took a chance, and even paid for 2 full years of acting classes to help him level up. Let's be honest, 50 didn't have to do that. He could have hired a seasoned actor and kept it moving, but instead, he bet on Lil Meech to carry the BMF legacy on screen. But here's where things get messy. Lil Meech might have fumbled his own bag. Instead of stacking that BMF money and setting himself up long term, rumors say he blew a huge chunk on designer drip and flashy jewelry, like racks on racks just gone. Tony Yayo recently exposed even more tea, calling Lil Meech out for acting entitled. He revealed that Meech was telling industry heavyweights like Lil Baby they should be pitching in to support Big Meech financially. But get this, at the same time, word is Lil Meech was out here dropping 6 figures on Chrome Hearts jeans, 100 grand on pants, while asking others for help? That's not just wild, it's bad optics. Now people are side-eyeing him like, how you gonna ask for money while living like a rock star? The whole situation's looking shaky on both ends. Now here's where things get even wilder. 50 just dropped another bombshell, claiming Lil Meech was showing up to set high, and it was him who had to step in and clean up the mess. According to 50, Lil Meech was allegedly struggling with whippets, nitrous oxide, also known as laughing gas, and things got bad enough that 50 had to pay out of his own pocket to send him to rehab. This wasn't just some minor issue. 50 made it sound like Lil Meech was spiraling behind the scenes, but that's not all. 50 went on to say that Big Meech himself was low-key jealous of the close bond between 50 and Lil Meech. In a since-deleted Instagram post, 50 wrote, "I thought about it. I think he was uncomfortable with me and Mimi's relationship. He said he was trying to keep Lil Meech on the right path, telling him to stay off drugs and stop blowing money, while Big Meech was allegedly encouraging the behavior. 50 even said, I'm telling Mimi I don't want him doing drugs. He telling him he used to do X like it's cool. I tell Mimi, chill, stop spending all your money. He telling him how much money he blew. That's a whole lot of mixed messages. And to top it off, actor Russell Hornsby supposedly noticed Lil Meech was high during a weapons test and saw him throw up on set. The drama behind the scenes of BMF is sounding way crazier than anything in the script. Then things got even messier. 50 Cent claims someone named Ian told him that Lil Meech had whippets stashed in his truck. 50 was like, "What the F is whippets?" thinking it was BB guns or something, only to find out it was that nitrous gas stuff again. But here's the kicker. Instead of owning up or explaining anything, Lil Meech is doubling down and acting like he's untouchable.
I be having to tell niggas, they be thinking.
I do this for fun.
Spoon-fed. Nah, I ain't like
I just had to show y'all real quick. It's one of my hobbies.
Nah, I watch you. Brought you some low. What's up, cuz? I'm that cousin you ain't mad.
Yeah, don't ever play with him.
Right after 50 posted those shady BMF promo pics with Lil Meech's face blacked out, Lil Meech clapped back hard, and no one saw it coming. He went straight to his own Instagram and posted those exact same photos, but with his face front and center, fully visible like, "Yeah, I'm still here." And he didn't stop there. Lil Meech also dropped a promo video for the new season of BMF, making it seem like he's still locked in and part of the show, like nothing ever happened. So now fans are seriously confused. Is Lil Meech actually still on the cast? Did he already sign that season contract, meaning 50 can't even fire him? People are starting to wonder if 50 even has the power to boot him, or if this whole public meltdown is just smoke and mirrors. And now, some fans are even speculating that 50 orchestrated this entire snitch drama around Big Meech just to stir up attention. If that's true, then this might be the most calculated chaos 50's ever cooked up. Some fans are now wondering, is all this drama just smoke to boost the BMF ratings? One person dropped a comment on Lil Meech's post saying, "What if the beef was fake just to promote the show?" And someone else chimed in, "Everything 50 does is promo. Remember I said this. Attention sells." And honestly, they might be onto something. But not everyone's buying it. A lot of folks are saying this theory doesn't fully add up, especially since filming for the new season was wrapped long before any of this madness started. Plus, there's a chance Lil Meech is just contractually required to promote the show on his socials, regardless of how things are playing out behind the scenes. And just when it felt like things couldn't get any messier, Rick Ross slid in to stir the pot even more. And now he's throwing major shots at 50. Ross posted a video on his Instagram stories, hinting that 50 is struggling to get his G-Unit film studio off the ground, and then dropped a bomb. He's ready to buy 50's masters. But Ross didn't stop there. He reposted 50's announcement from April 2024 about expanding G-Unit film and TV, and wrote, "It's been a year, 50 Cent. What's taking so long? We got 21 questions." And to really twist the knife, Ross doubled down by sharing a post from Rap TV and added a cheese emoji, basically calling 50 a rat again. The petty levels just keep rising, and this beef might be far from over. But if you thought Ross was done throwing shade, think again. He came right back with another video, straight up clowning 50 Cent for allegedly struggling behind the scenes. And he didn't stop there. Ross called 50 out as a hypocrite for dragging Big Meech just because Meech linked up with him, while 50 stays cool with folks like DJ Khaled and Flo Rida, who also happen to rock with Ross. So now, this drama has exploded into something way bigger than anyone saw coming. You've got 50 still pushing those snitching allegations about Big Meech, Lil Meech stuck in the middle. One minute he's repping 50, then the next he's standing next to Rick Ross like nothing happened. And Ross? He's throwing fuel on the fire daily, taking jabs and even throwing out threats like he's ready to buy 50's masters just to flex. So while we wait to see if 50 fires back, let's hear from you. Was 50's move to expose Big Meech really about the truth? Or was it just personal beef? Was he right to cut Lil Meech off? Or did he do him dirty after giving him the spotlight? And do you think Rick Ross actually has a plan to snatch those masters, or is he just trolling for the cameras? Drop all your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more wild celebrity drama. And we'll catch you in the next video.